Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this session we are going to see the comment tags in Django. So understanding comment tags in Django, basically what is comment tag? So it is a popular Python web framework and it is a way to add notes or explanations in your code that are ignored by the computer, and they help them make the code easier to understand for humans but doesn't affect the program how it runs. And the comment tags, they are also essential for developers, enabling them to explain the code, document features, and temporarily disable sections of code during development. Why use comment tags? So it includes three main reasons. The first is code clarity, writing the code in a clear and understandable way so that like others can easily read and understand it. So this includes like using meaningful variables names and adding comments wherever it is necessary. The next is documentation. They provide valuable documentation, providing detailed explanation about what your code does and how to use it and any other relevant information. This is usually done through like comments and separate documentation files. And the last is debugging. So this process is like finding out and fixing errors or bugs in your code. So this often involves like running the code, identifying where it goes wrong and making corrections. Syntax for comment tags. So it includes two main comments. The first is single line comments and the next is multi-line comments. First is single line comments, as it includes a hash symbol. The single line comment in Python begins with the hash symbol. It is used to provide a brief explanation or note about the code that follows. And the multi-line comments, as multi-line comments in Python, they are enclosed within triple quotes, either like double or single quotes, and they are used for longer explanations or documentation spanning multiple lines. And the interpreter and the in single line comments, the interpreter, it ignores everything that comes after the hash on that line, but in multi-line comments, the interpreter ignores everything within the triple quotes. So the single line comments, as I told, it is denoted by hash syntax. So this is the example here. It only like it is used to provide a brief explanation or note about the code that follows. And the single line comments, as it is used for adding short concise notes or description to make the code more understandable. And this is the example here I have shown. The next is multi-line comments. So this is a multi-line comment. It can span multiple lines and it is enclosed in the triple quotes, as I mentioned earlier. And the usage of multi-line comments is, it is ideal for providing detailed information and describing complex logic or adding documentation to your code. So it like provides detailed explanation, and sometimes it also used to disable larger sections of code. The next is commenting out code. Uh, Basically, the commenting out code, it means turning code into comments so that it is not executed by the interpreter or compiler. This can be useful for debugging or temporarily disabling parts of the code without deleting them. It includes three steps. So the first is use comment tags to enclose the code you want to temporarily disable. So as I told, it debugs the code or temporarily disable the parts of the code but without deleting them. The next is this allows you to exclude the code from execution, preventing it from affecting the application's behavior. And the last is like after testing all this, it removes the comment tags, which is like to re-enable the code. And the next is best practices for using comments. So the three main things I have included is, the first is conciseness and accuracy, and the next is readability. The first is conciseness. So write the comments that are brief and to the point. Focus on conveying the essential information without unnecessary details, and providing clear explanation without being overly verbose. And the next is accuracy. So ensure that comments accurately describe the code they annotate, and they should reflect what the code actually does to avoid confusion, and updating them as necessary. The last is readability. So use clear language and proper grammar in your comments, so that like it makes them easy to understand for anyone reading the code, including the future self. And the next is commented Django view. So here I have taken an example of a Django view with comments. So basically the Django view function, it handles the web request and returns responses. It imports necessary functions defining like the view function, and creates a context dictionary with the data. The render function is used to combine a template with this context data, generating the final web page, which is displayed here. So it is like leave a comment, name, email, and then we can submit it. So this process determines like what content appears when a user visits a specific URL. So the next is importance of comments in Django. Uh, as The first is readability, in which like the comments, it improves the readability and the maintainability of your Django code. So it makes easier for the other developers to understand. By the time they see the code, they can easily identify what the code is, and like how it collaborate on the project. And the next is debugging. So the comments can help you and the other team members to quickly understand and the purpose and functionality of the code, which can be invaluable when debugging issues or making the future changes. And the last is documentation. So well written comments can serve as a form of documentation for your Django project, providing a clear explanation of how the code works and what it's intended to do. So the main aim of the comment tag is it only add notes or explanation in your code, and it makes it helps to make the code easier to understand for other people. When they see the code, they can easily identify what the code is and how does it works, and it doesn't affect like how the program runs. Thank you guys for watching.